and welcome once more to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Marta. Today is still the 10th of February and I have some rather kind of disappointing news that kind of chips away very slightly at my faith in humanity. As this weekend's removal of Flappy Bird has been already capitalised on by store developers, and basically the App Store has now been populated with a fair few clones. And one clone has actually risen to second place in the UK free app charts. But while Flappy Bird Flyer bears a rather striking resemblance to its original predecessor, the game will actually charge you 69p for every 3 lives. And for those of you who played the original Flappy Bird or knew anything about it, will know that the original was entirely free. Now, another clone who goes by the name of Fluffy vs Flappy Birds will actually charge you £1.49 to remove ads, or up to £6.99 for lumps of in-game coins. Now, there are actually more alternatives to Flappy Bird currently available, which include Flappy Plane, Flappy Bee, and Flying Flappy Unicorn Bird, the Frozen Skyfall. And if you're an Android user, you can download a game by the name of Happy Poo Flap, and yes, I'm being deadly serious. There's a link in the description to an image, a screenshot of this if you don't believe me. Now, this is not the end of this particularly befuddling saga, as phones which have Flappy Bird installed are currently being placed on eBay for substantial amounts. In the UK, a 16GB iPhone 3GS is being sold for £1,000, and an iPhone 5S for £650, and a HD one for $525 have also been uploaded onto eBay and other such sites. Many other options are available, all with, quote, rare Flappy Bird game installed. Now, for those of you wondering, well, why was it taken down? I thought Flappy Bird was really successful. Was it some sort of legal issue to do with the assets being strikingly similar to Super Mario? No, the developer, Nugen, actually said that was not the case, and he decided to remove the app, saying that he did not want the fame it brought in. And he said, quote, I am sorry, Flappy Bird users, 22 hours from now I will take Flappy Bird down. I cannot take this anymore. I can call Flappy Bird's success a success of mine, but it also ruins my simple life, so now I hate it. So basically he removed his game because, he basically didn't want to be really famous. He didn't want to be having all this ridiculous amount of cash coming. He just wanted a simple life, which I know some people will not understand, but that's all some people want. They just want to be left alone, live their life in peace. And of course he would have been exposed to the internet at probably its worst with, the usual vitriol coming. And there has actually been evidence of death threats via Twitter directed at him, basically saying that if he doesn't put the game back up, then people are going to come and find him, which is absolutely ridiculous. But they should have no fear because, all those clone developers have been very quick to capitalise on his basically displeasure with how things have gone with Flappy Bird, and have flooded the App Store with clones that are actually charging you money when the original was completely ad supported. So some rather disgraceful behaviour coming from the App Store, which shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. The App Store pretty much encourages that kind of behaviour, both on Android and iOS. Neither one is better than the other. Just the whole mobile market in general breeds this thing very easily, and there's very little quality control. So I would say ignore these clones unless you're that desperate to play a Flappy Bird's clone, because, well, if they're trying to rip you off, why would you play into that just because of one game? I personally wouldn't, but that's just me. I personally think that this whole thing is a bit disgraceful, and those who have been issuing death threats to the person, the Nugen, the developer, kind of need to get a grip on reality and sort their priorities out. But that may be just me. Anyway, that is me done for this rather depressing video, and I'll see you next time.